Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you today. It's Tuesday. We're sitting here. We're working our butts off at work. Start off our day with a little bit of bad news for the professional wrestling world. Terry Funk, he has not passed away, but the news is out there basically that he is now having to live like an assisted living. He is battling with dementia, which I guess that is kind of like Alzheimer's, where I guess you kind of really don't know who you are or what's going on, or what year it is. There could be a whole lot of different factors that is going on like that. The one thing I think about more than anything else is the Beyond the Mat documentary, which really put over what was supposed to be Terry Funk's retirement from wrestling. That movie came out in like 1998, and we all know that after that he had a little bit of a run in WWE. He never really stopped wrestling independents. I don't think he ever did any ECW after that, but basically his body lived and breathed professional wrestling. He even main evented at a WWE pay-per-view, and I believe 2006, the ECW One Night Stand. That would be no, that wouldn't be the main event because Cena versus Rob Van Dam main evented, but it was definitely the second biggest billed match on that show, being Edge and Mick Foley against, I guess it was Dreamer and Funk, if I remember right. I'm not 100% sure. The only thing I really remember was the Mick Foley promo leading up to that match. Can't really picture what happened in that match at all, other than I'm pretty sure Foley and Edge got the win in that one. And I remember that Foley really got a stiff shot from Funk, and when he gave that promo on the Go Home Raw, like his eye is already black and bruised. He just he just got walloped right there in the ring. But when it comes to Terry Funk and sort of, putting over his career, I can honestly say that his best days in professional wrestling is going to be from an old school fan of the NWA/WCW that remember, him back in the day. Easily the first time I can ever remember knowing who Terry Funk was is probably from Beyond the Mat, or his run in the WWF, which would be as Chainsaw Charlie around 1990. I would believe that'd be around 97, 98 is when he came in. And I believe that the reason why he did that run was, to have his last good run be working for Vince in WWF, which was easily the best money that he could make. He had proven that he could sort of carry a territory or a company by coming in and main eventing the first ECW pay-per-view. And he was a lifer there. He was a guy that Heyman always kind of pulled on to use his name value as a old school wrestler, and he transformed his whole style to being that hardcore deal that you wouldn't know anything about Terry Funk. As far as I know, unless you dig something up on High Spots, there really is no best of Terry Funk DVD that was ever really released. I'm sure if you go back, you watch the greatest hits of Cactus Jack / Mick Foley, or the Mankind Have a Nice Day, I'm sure that it's going to have something Terry Funk on it. Or you go back, watch that first ECW pay-per-view, Barely Legal, 97, I'm pretty sure, as the four-way main event, possibly the best matches that I can think of. Other than that, the best moment that I can really think of is him being choke slammed out of his shoes by Undertaker in the first that'd be the second Hell in the Cell match with Undertaker against Mankind. Of course, that's the one where Mankind takes the dive off the top, and to give him a little bit more of a breather before he gets back into the ring, Funk runs down to the ring, sort of steps in for his friend, which at the time they were feuding, which really didn't really make sense, which sort of broke down the walls of wrestling at the time, I guess you can say. But Funk gets picked up for the choke slam and dropped, and when he hits the ground, both of his New Era t-shirts and his New Era shoes go flying off. But I had one chance to meet Terry Funk. He was really a great guy. I met him at the first ever WrestleFest I went to. He was seated at a table. He was part of like the mega ticket, they called it. I believe he was sitting in between Bret Hart, Terry Funk, and then I'm pretty sure the Honky Tonk Man was right next to him. A star-studded affair of guys to meet there. Terry was, you know, a really good dude. It was almost like he kind of was in a daze at that time, that he was amazed that people were there to take a picture, sign an autograph with him. His wife that was in Beyond the Mat with him was there, helped, pushing the merch as he met him. She was kind of like the one behind the scenes running the machine. I had already brought his book, which I got signed. If you want to learn about, a lot about Terry Funk, that's probably one of the best things you can pick up. I'm sure you go to Amazon or you go to High Spots, they'll have that available for pickup. Like I said, there is no WWE doc or anything like that. I think if you get the wrestling's it's definitely called Wrestling Families, Greatest Families. It's a documentary. You sort of get short little docs about a lot of the families in there. I know that they got to talk about the Funks in there, talking about Dory and Terry. Check that out as well. But even then, that's probably going to be 6-7 minutes is what you're going to get, and possibly they'll even talk about them just as a tag team. But I'm guessing they have to talk about at least Dory's NWA title run back in the day, and then him losing the title like on a mistake. He thought it was the best out of 2-3 falls, and he sort of let the guy pin him to put himself in a better situation, and next thing you know, he lost the title. But those were the days when wrestling was real, I guess you can say. But it sucks. Terry was a really good dude. Easily one of the guys that you can say dedicated his body, his whole life to professional wrestling, even when he wanted to give it up and knew that he should. He just couldn't do it. Go back and watch. It's like a fan cam, so it's not the best, but I'm sure you can find it even on YouTube. Terry Funk against Bret Hart for the WWF Championship, not on Shotgun Saturday Night, but his retirement match in Lubbock, Texas. And it's kind of like a dream show that they put on for Funk. It's got ECW guys, it's got WWF guys. I don't think WCW sent anybody. I think that was kind of like the deal. But the main event is Funk versus Bret, and Bret wanted to put Terry over, even though he was the champion, and Terry wouldn't let him do it. That's, of course, from the I think I keep saying Wrestling Road Diaries, but it's Beyond the Mat is what I'm meaning to say. I got the documentary's name mixed up, or at least in my noggin. Maybe I didn't say it, but in my head I was about to say the wrong thing. But Terry Funk, shitty times, man. Hopefully it gets better. Peace out. See you guys down the road.